I need new music.
Discover new music now. JJO.
And joining me, really excited, on the phone from Collective Soul, the one and only Dean Roland. Dean, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great, buddy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, man, I appreciate you taking the time. And let's just kick it off by saying, God, this is exciting news. Brand new music from Collective Soul. Your 11th studio album. It dropped on the 12th. It was kicking ass, really, as soon as it got released. 11 albums. Is that kind of a daunting number for you?
Well, we feel fortunate to be able to do what we do and to have that many records. We're just appreciative of it all.
Let's talk about Vibrating, man, because, it was originally set to be released in 2020. Obviously, the world as we know it completely changed around that time, and it got pushed back. Did that maybe cause a chance to maybe look into the album a little bit more? Did you guys shelf it and say, all right, we're not going to worry about this, we'll just release it when we can? Or did you guys maybe dig back into it, maybe look at some other tracks?
That's one of the things that we've learned over the years. We just let it be what it was. We recorded it and didn't look back. We actually kept going forward. We recorded two more records during the pandemic because we couldn't tour. So we just wanted to stay active and creative, and we were excited about Vibrating and getting, releasing that and touring with it. But usually, when you release a record, you want to go and play some of the songs and promote it, as well. So we didn't really do much tweaking on it at all. Just let it be what it was.
And I mean, obviously you guys were happy with the product, and we're all happy with the product. And again, seeing as how well it did when it was released, hitting the number one alternative rock album sales spot and the number one rock album spot on Amazon and iTunes collectively. For a band that started there in the 90s, all right, in that grunge scene and during that time to now, 20-odd, almost 30-odd years later, the staying power. What do you think is there that's so special about what you guys did in the 90s and how that transitions to today and still having that staying power?
I mean, I don't really know. I think it's, for us, it's just, having the gratitude of being able to make music for a living and sharing our passion. And, the guys in the band, we genuinely like each other. We're friends, we hang out. And that's the common theme throughout the whole thing. Just making music, enjoying it, being thankful for the position where we're in.
Now, you, unlike some other bands that have brothers in it, you and Ed have gone through this pretty unscathed overall. What's it like being able to play with your brother all these years and still keep it together, not going the way of maybe Oasis or the Black Crowes or those other ones?
It's great, man. He and I, we kind of figured out early on that, we two separate minded people, but we share a common goal, and we butt heads every so often or whatever. But for the most part, it's like let's just go, make some music and have fun with it.
Any times where it's like, all right, you're my brother, I love you, but if you say one more stupid thing, that's it. I'm going. I'm out of here.
Yes, but never to the degree of actually pulling the trigger on that thing.
That's right.
We really do, enjoy each other, and we have a laugh. We still have to go home and have family dinners with our mother, and she keeps, she holds it together for all of us.
She gets the wooden spoon out if need be. Is that what happens?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I love it. With Vibrating, obviously you guys have already given us a couple singles off of that. Do you maybe have a single that really speaks to you with this new album? One that really is like, oh man.
There's a couple that really stand out to me personally. Just one is Undone, and the other is Rule Number One. Those two kind of like what Ed's talking about lyrically, to me, I really enjoy them. They're fun to play live. Yeah, those are the two that stand out.
I ask this a lot when I talk to bands who have been doing it for as long as you guys and Collective Soul and everything like that. And you look back at your early stuff and obviously your early success, your self-titled debut album all the way back in 95, which just seems crazy, by the way, and where you're at now. Is there ever that pressure where like, oh man, if we don't write, another December or The World I Know or a Heavy, we're going to let everyone down? Does that ever weigh on you at all, or is that maybe something that you don't think about?
The only pressure we put we have is what we put on ourselves. Like the rest of it, you can't do what we do and try to appease people. You just have to make sure yourself is satisfied with what you're doing in that expression, and then you just go from there. So there's not like, we'll never write another Heavy or another World I Know. Like, it's like you just have to take it song by song.
Madison Solid Rock 94.1 JJO and JJO Discover New Music. Our guest today is Dean Roland of Collective Soul, talking to us about the new release, Vibrating. Not to mention, too, you guys out on the road, how does 90s touring, Dean, compare to 2020s touring, Dean? How do they compare?
Well, I have a 3.5-year-old daughter now, so that changes everything.
A little bit. You got to make daddy time on the road as well, I'm sure.
That's right.
Has she accepted, is she at that age now where she's starting to realize, like, wow, daddy's a big rock star and he's in front of thousands of people playing songs? Or is she just still, hey, make me...
She doesn't give a she's getting it. She loves music, but as far as, like, I'm just daddy to her.
You still got to make the Cheerios and tuck her in and read her bedtime.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it. Now, what if your kid says, "Hey, Dad, I'm going to be in a rock band. That's it. This is what I want to do." You going to be all for that?
1,000 times over. I just want her to be happy.
I love it. Well, that sounds like a damn good dad right there. And you know what? Maybe you can get on there, do a little backup guitar for her when she's up there and everything like that. Sound good?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, man, that's awesome.
She thinks right now she thinks she's going to be a ballerina. So that's where her head is. Yeah, she loves to dance.
You can play the what's that? The Swan Lake song for her while she's dancing.
Oh, yeah, she knows it. Yeah.
I love it, man. Sounds awesome. Well, again, man, congratulations on the 11th studio album, Vibrating, from Collective Soul. Again, out now. Before I let you go, Dean, I do have to do a little something called rapid fire. I do this with everyone, and I'd love to do it with you right now. Is that cool?
Cowboy.
All right, here we go. So there's no wrong answers to this. You just go with what's in your heart, and we'll learn a little bit more about you. First question, disco or techno?
Disco.
Okay. Chili dog or corn dog? Chili dog. And I don't know. I just went to a fair, though, and I had a foot-long corn dog, and that kind of gave that chili dog a run for its money. But that's just fresh on my mind now. Yeah, it's fresh on my mind. I'd probably go chili dog, too. Would you rather see Bigfoot or El Chupacabra?
Chupacabra.
You're the first one to say that, by the way. No one else has said El Chupacabra. You're the only one. Would you rather fight a 3-foot Mike Tyson in his prime or a 10-foot Queen Elizabeth who is in like her 80s, her mid-80s?
Well, I would never hit a woman, so I would just I'd take Tyson on.
Boy, but even 3-foot Mike Tyson, like, that's scary to me. I don't know why.
I'd step on his head.
Just hold him back, like do that arm reach.
Yeah.
Just hold him back. He's swinging away.
I'd punt him. I'd do whatever. I'd get rid of him quick. I got a bad temper sometimes.
All right, taking on Mike Tyson. We'll see that on stage. That's it. That's all I got for you. You nailed it, buddy. Once again, everyone, Collective Soul, their brand new album, Vibrating, out now. Make sure you get it and go see them out on the road as well, giving us a lot of great music for a lot of years. Dean, thanks again so much for the time, man. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Brock. I appreciate it, pal.
This is the JJO Discover New Music Podcast. Listen, rate, share, subscribe. Discover new music now at WJJO.com, in the JJO app, or wherever you get your podcasts. Brock has a new interview every Thursday evening between 6 and 7. 94.1 JJO.